Mission's still the same. We still want to go after that championship. We want to we want to win our district first, obviously, steps at a time. We we're just trying to get better. But as far as making a transition from Coach Fuller to Coach Cody, it's still pretty much the same standard set with accountability among peers, hard work ethic, chasing the ball, the basic stuff. And then with Coach Cody also, it's smooth for our class because we had him my freshman year, and we know what he's like and we know what his expectations are. So, yeah.
How'd you feel about spring overall? Just you guys were close to making a trip back to the Dome in this past December, and so with so many of y'all back from that team and knowing how close you were to punching that ticket, knowing what it takes to get deep into the playoffs and win at a high level, what was just kind of the energy around this program? What were the things y'all were trying to accomplish in those couple weeks that y'all had to kind of lead into the summer program?
So for our spring, we had a lot of we had to make that transition first for our younger guys and as well as our older guys. But it started with our older guys because we wanted to show them that we can make that transition and make it deep into the season this year as well. And for the spring, we had a lot of accomplishments as well for our younger group and a bunch of our seniors. We just keep on stacking days and just getting better every day.
Do you expect this team to look pretty similar to what y'all were looking on Friday nights this past fall when, again, y'all had a fantastic team that was one of the last few standing? What are going to be some of the similarities, some of the differences? Obviously, you hope at the end of it you're holding the trophy, but just in terms of what we're seeing on Friday nights throughout the fall, what are the similarities and differences going to be?
I expect us to perform just about the same way because we even whenever we're down, we got our back to the wall, as we saw against that Central games, for example. We can perform under pressure, and we can go out on top with it too. As well as differences go, I think we're gonna be working harder for it this year. You'll see that effort-wise on the field for sure.
Does that come from being close and falling a little bit short? Does that come from the fact that y'all's big senior group realizes this is the last opportunity? What makes you feel like that's going to be a piece
That's
of it?
definitely a big part of it because we've been talking about it since like elementary school about our senior group and how we're going to go to the domes. Ever since that 2017 group won, we were like, all right, we're going to be the next one. It was big shoes to fill, and I think we're going to do it. This year.
How much did you hear from older guys that had been through here before y'all, or just community members as y'all started to take those steps through the season? There was a point in the regular season, even if not before the season started, where you could kind of sense it was a team that had some potential. As y'all continued to push farther and farther, how much did y'all start to hear from just people supporting, getting excited, showing that love and attention?
So we definitely let it get to our heads for a while, but our coaches last year especially hounded on us to, ignore the noise. It's great noise, we love the respect that we have for the community, and that's what we go out there and do. We go perform for our community and do it for the community. But we just learned to, I don't want to say tune it out because that's a negative way, but just tune it out because, we had to do the next play, and we had expectations for our own. We didn't want to have these outside people, I guess, set it for us. We want to stick to our own thing.
Yeah. The college stuff has started to kick off for you. The first few offers we were talking about before, Southeastern Louisiana, Central Arkansas, and Southeast Missouri State. Take me through that, just what it means as a guy preparing for senior year to have some of those opportunities fall into place where you're going to have some options to continue your football career, be a student athlete at the next level. How special is that?
It's a feeling that can't be explained, man. I was sitting there waiting. I was actually talking to my buddy a week before I got my first offer. I was like, man, how does it feel to get your offers, man? He's like, look, dude, you won't know what it's like until you get it. And it's just as soon as I got that first one from Southeast Missouri, it was just everything clicked to me. Everything was like you could just breathe and like, okay, here we go. Now I get to do my own thing. Now I get to perform and see where else this can go.
Do you have other stops ahead this summer already in mind? Colleges you're trying to get to, whether going to see some of those in person if you haven't yet, or go see them again, or other schools that have kind of shown interest and you're trying to check out?
I'm definitely gonna make a stop back to UL for a big O-line D-line camp on the 24th, and I'm gonna try and make it up to the Southeast Missouri in July, and Central Arkansas on July 15th for a visit.
When you go to see some of these schools, particularly the ones that have offered and you're kind of weighing at that level, are there certain things that you're hoping to figure out, kind of priorities for you, whether it be, I'd like to play earlier, I'd like to play in a scheme that looks like this, or I'd like to see an academic program that fits what I'm looking for, or any sort of a checklist or questions that you're asking coaches when you chat with them?
So the first thing I ask these coaches whenever I talk to them is like, what's their standard set for their program, so I can see if I'm a good fit or not. And whenever I find out a program that I like, then I sit down and talk to them about some of the things that I can do to contribute, or whatever they need me to do to contribute, I'm willing to do, essentially.